Welcome! E aí, galera, beleza? Bem-vindo à nossa comunidade.
Welcome to our community.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It is OGC here. Today we have a brand new episode for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about the new game update that is coming out. So, this is going to be patch 1.22.04. This will be coming out on October 15th at 1 a.m. UTC. The maintenance will last for about 2 hours. At the end of the patch, if you have any trouble, make sure you link your account ahead of time and just re-download the game. Everything will be totally fine. No worries. So, and it's important to notice this. You will be notified if there's any changes made to the schedule. I think last time there was a change and they did a little bit earlier. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Regardless, the patch is coming. So today, let's check out what is inside this patch. Before we begin, please take a moment, smash the thumbs up button, make sure you subscribe if you are not subscribed already. Check out the information in the link below. There's Discord down there, merch store, and also Patreon. Feel free to sign up for Patreon if you want to further support this channel, or just share these videos on your server. So the first thing that we have is Conquer Drake. So commanders in the realm where the supreme victory chapter of the history of Drake, that's the final chapter. So once all of those have come to an end, that's what they're talking about. You will receive a notice that Conquer Drake event will soon conclude. At the end of the countdown, all commanders will be transferred to a new land of Nor. Don't know what that means as far as the new land of Nor. What we've been told of in the past was the people that we merged with for Drake were all going to go back to a brand new Nor server. How this is actually going to work out, I don't think anybody has these specific answers. Basically, we're going to find out. And since I am on one of the first servers to go to Drake, I will keep you guys posted on exactly how that looks. So make sure you subscribe, turn on that bell notification so you can find out right away. Next, a new Conquer Drake event will begin. When registration opens, you can register as an individual player or register your entire house. Commanders will be grouped according to their character creation date, host activity, host power, etc. Commanders in the same group will be transferred to the same land of Drake. You can also choose to stay on the land of Nor to continue your conquest. So this, you can opt into going to Drake in the future. Pretty much, you can do it by yourself or with your host. Couple things that I really like and dislike about this. I like how you have the option of going back to Drake. Personally, I will do whatever Chip and Chan tell me to do, but I have no interest in going back to Drake. That's just me. However, the thing that I really don't like about this is based on your entire house. So for example, houses like the one that I'm currently in, we have so many members in the group that I play with. We actually have to have multiple kingdoms to fit all of us in. So there's no way that we can guarantee that we will be on the same Drake. Because of that, I really don't know. Maybe if you get like a super strong host or something and you want to go and do it, go for it. But if you're a casual host or you have multiple houses, this could be problematic and your team could be permanently split up. Or not permanently, but for a long period of time. Anyways, let's continue. Commanders who entered the land of Drake through the event registration will return to their original land of Nor after the Drake event concludes. There is no timeline. They aren't telling us how long it's going to be, so some things to be cautious of when considering this as your house may. So there are Conquer Drake rewards. Commanders who partake in the Conquer Drake event can now view Conquer Drake rewards in the obelisk. At the conclusion of the event, rewards will be delivered according to the number of big and giant cities controlled by your host. Dragonar counts as a giant city. There are different reward lists for the Lord, Ministers, and members. The specific times when the rewards will be finalized shall be published towards the end of the event. So at the end of Drake, there's going to be some insanely powerful equipment. I'll have to do a whole new video. I know exactly what they're talking about with this. It's too hard for me to describe without just showing you guys it, but there is going to be some insane equipment coming out for the end of Drake, like literally game-breaking stuff. So I'll say that for another video, and we'll kind of jump into the Conquer Drake rewards at another point in time. But the rewards are fantastic. It includes Lunari, Divine Dragon Eggs, and a new equipment set, which is super overpowered. So, anyways, continuing on, we have Challenge Medal. You can earn Challenge Medals from the Limited Time Challenge Rewards. Challenge medals can be exchanged in the black market for valuable equipment. More equipment will be released in future updates. So this is those 3 pieces of equipment. If you watched yesterday's video with Tierden, I showed those 3 pieces in that video, or maybe it was the day before. If you follow this channel, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, I highly recommend following it. So with this, basically, what we get out of this is there's going to be new equipments, and we get the currency to get these equipments through doing the limited time challenge events. More currency added to this game. There are so many forms of currency. Don't get me started on that. Let's jump down. Purify the land. So purify the demonic invasion with the fewest heroes. The least time earns the greatest rewards. So this is going to be a new event that comes out. It looks like one of those timed events for the challenge medals. So we'll see more about this once it actually does come out. It's going to be October 28th through the 29th. So stay tuned during that time, and we will cover that on this channel. Next, score power will now be displayed when challenging other players or attacking strongholds. You must reach 60% of the opponent's power to initiate the duel. By the power to initiate a duel, it's not specified here. I'm assuming they just mean that it's the regular power. I would be shocked if they switch that to core power. Who knows? We might find out at some point in time. During the capture phase, so they must be talking about with the capture phase, whenever you're capturing a city and or Dragonair or Imperium. During the capture phase, if the city is occupied by players for more than one house, then the house with the highest total core power will slowly gain capture progress. So this is cool. Before it was based on your current power, so I like how they're switching it to the core power because anybody can get their current power super high if you know the tricks. Next, there is racial balances. So first we have human, the clergy, which are referred to as saints in the game. I call them priests because that's originally what they were called, and I'm old school and stubborn and slow to change. So the priests have increased healing intervals in healing effects. So the priests will be healing more often, which is perfect for those dire priests, and their heals will deal more healing, or heal troops for more, however you want to word it. So that's good news for humans. Lich Dire Stalkers, best news ever. They are having reduced survival time after receiving a killing blow. It's only a 0.5 second nerf, but instead of being 3 seconds, it's now going to be 2.5 seconds. You guys have no idea how happy I'll be when this is lowered even further, which if I was a betting person, I would put my money on. Next, we have Rockin. So the Chilion, which is commonly referred to as your turtle, it has reduced war jump effect to 6%. I believe, I don't have my game right in front of me. Look, mom, no hands. But I believe right now it's down to 8%. So if you use the ale effect, it goes up to 12% or something like that. So it's getting cut down by 2% more. So it's going from 8 to 6. Sorry, I got that wrong. When it's 8%, it would go to 16%. So it's going from 8% to 6%. So if you use the ale, it's going to go from 6 to 12. Basically, this is a pretty big deal. Right now, we're already seeing people in the dual towers. I'm sure you guys are seeing it more frequently in Clash of Fate and in the mines. We're seeing people not use turtles as frequently. I think that this nerf to the turtles will further that trend. I think we're going to see borrowed turtles, or not borrowed turtles. Having a turtle for Clash mining events, dual towers, etc. For those situations, we will see less and less turtles, if any at all. However, the turtles also get a buff where the chambers affect to 6%. Basically, this means if you borrow a turtle, it's still going to be viable. If you have your own turtle and you're not Rockin, and it has no research bonus, then the turtle is going to be pretty much less viable. Very rarely will we see that. So borrowed turtles still good. Having your own personal turtle for Clash of Fate, mining events, etc., not so good. Next, we have the Sylph Race. So their siege, fierce defense is replaced with advanced agility training. So pretty much no change for the siege. I don't know why. What they're talking about with fierce defense was Sylph Siege had a bonus to their damage and everything when the siege was placed on their garrison. It made no sense. They're replacing it with advanced agility training, so that's cool. And they'll increase the attack speed of all of the siege for Sylph Race by 15%. I'm not sure if that's through the advanced agility training or what, but that's good news for Sylph because their siege has been lackluster to say the least. Next, let's look at the hero balance. So Raxius, good old Raxius, everyone's new favorite champion. Don't know how that happened. Don't point any fingers at me. Anyways, his Stagnati Lantern. It increases the effect of the Stagnatic Lantern against enemies and towards allies by 25%. So it's getting a buff. However, it has a reduced casting range. So pretty much Raxius is getting a slight buff, but his range is getting nerfed. The biggest effect for this is going to be for anybody that's not Lich, because it will be hard to use the Clash of Fate set and sun up enemy backlines or heroes or archers. So take it for how it is. If this makes Raxius so he can't hit backline archers, I think this is a huge win for humans. And it's pretty much just going to mean that the Snake Lady and Rufio are going to be there to take out the enemy archers along with all of the mages. But anyways, next, we have Abyssal Light from Raxius. It restores more health to friendly units and deals more damage to enemy units. So again, if Raxius can actually get his lanterns off into the back lines, this is going to be a bigger deal. However, for Lich, overall, this is a very big buff to Lich. If you watch the most recent Raxius video that I did, it talks about using your lanterns on your own troops. If you choose to do that with like the healing one, which I still recommend using it on the enemy archers if you can reach them. But if you choose to use it on your friendly troops, it's going to heal them for a lot more. Tierden is getting a bunch of new stuff. We covered that in yesterday's video. If you don't know about it, I'm not going to go through it all here because we already did yesterday. So go watch yesterday's video if you want to know more about Tierden. Next we have wall balance. We're going to see that increased rampart health, which I'm assuming is the wall, of level 36 to 45 stronghold. So walls will have more health. It's also going to increase the health for level 34 to 43 garrison. Okay, one's for the stronghold, one's for the garrison. Now, I don't know what the difference between rampart and wall health is, but guard towers are going to have higher wall health. This is good for farming. Overall, a good thing. Other updates, Drake Emperor will now have exclusive mounts. I can't wait to see what this mount looks like. I don't think I'll ever have Emperor, and given the opportunity, I'd probably turn it down. I'd accept after having my arm twisted, but I am excited to see what that mount looks like. Next, Clergy, War Machine, spiders, turtles, and serpent, which is the worm, can now be awakened. So 2 days ago, I did a video about all the awakenings. Go check that out if you want more information about everything that will be awakened. Spending Linari to switch alignments will not reset the free countdown. So this is specifically for the chakra. So if you go from Dire to Zen, Zen to Dire, if you choose not to have chakra at all or any awakenings on a troop, I don't know why you would ever do that, but it is an option. This will just mean that if you spend the 100 Linari to do that, it's not going to interfere with the free countdown for a reset. I think this is a smart move and a good move. You can now switch on or off the critical text. That's cool. I do like the critical text, so I'm not going to do anything with that. But it's a great option, especially if your phone is older. If you have an older phone or an older device, the more effects you can get rid of, the more smooth it's going to go. House members can now be sorted by cities, power, and activity. So this is a cool way to go through. So if you're a lord of a house deciding positions, anything like that, you can now see who the most active people are, who the most powerful people are. A nice little feature. Don't think it's super game breaking or anything like that, but it's useful. You can see different things with it. You can now check unit stat bonuses in the unit details. We'll cover this more in another video, but now you can actually click on the unit, see its actual crit chance, see its actual damage reduction, and everything else. This will be super, super nice for stat nerds like myself. I'm not good at math, but I can appreciate the stats, so I'm looking forward to that. Heaven Rest set can now be exchanged for in the black market. The Heaven Rest set is the Paladin Clash of Fate set. I covered that in the Tyranids video. Please go check that out. And they revised the description of the Magister's Rod. Hopefully they made it so that it just says plus 20% EXP. I'm hoping that's it and they don't nerf the actual rod because I do think it's super useful for the game. So with that, boys and girls, make sure that you guys like, subscribe, share these videos. We will be coming in tomorrow with more amazing content. Until then, guys, please have a wonderful time on this beautiful game. Take care, guys.